Okay, this is about science for session one for the third through fifth graders for ages 8 through 10, or more likely 7 through 12. And what are we going to do there? Well, I have absolutely nothing on my desk that is going to help me to explain this to you, but we are going to do earth science, okay? And we are going to have a Reader's Digest version of it, basically, because of uh, the time that we're teaching it in just one semester. We're going to talk about water, we're going to talk about meteorology, which of course is weather. Okay, we're going to talk about astronomy, we're going to talk about geology, and we're going to talk about oceanography. Those four things in um, earth science. All right, we have a multiplicity of sources. Um, we have a library of over 2,000 books, and many of them are science. We also have a couple that are universal model. And universal model is a new concept, particularly in earth science and life science. They don't have their physical science books out yet, which really is a bummer. But they talk about Earth differently and things that they feel they have discovered. And we are going to bring that in, as well as the normal things that somebody would learn in a regular school. Okay? But we feel that it's important to bring in these other ideas because they do have a lot of merit to them. For example, is the core of the earth really molten lava, or is it water? And the reasons why: some think it's lava, some think it's water. Okay? Um, we aren't going to go very deep at all in the universal model, but we're going to just bring it out that be aware that discoveries may come up which totally overturn some of the scientific theories and ideas that are prevalent today. And that because people have uh, done the scientific method, they've made hypotheses, they have done experiments, they've observed, and so forth, and they believe that there's an alternative explanation for some things. And we're going to talk about that a little bit. But basically, weather, we want you to be able to understand weather and kind of be able to forecast the weather according to clouds and temperatures and winds and so forth. Um, we want you to be able to understand the difference in rocks in geology. We want you to be able to understand how important it is in soil science to have a good soil to grow your food in. Oh my goodness. The soil has become so depleted in some areas and so chemicalized that it isn't fit to grow things anymore. And that's a real problem. And how do we overcome that? Okay, and then we're going to go into oceanography. I could spend years going in oceanography. Oceanography in the oceans uh, covers 70% of the earth, and it has more animals in the oceans, different varieties and species and so forth in the oceans than we have on land. And that's a real challenge. We're going to discover some of those interesting species and so forth in the oceans, as well as talk about the geography of the oceans, the currents in the oceans, and so forth. And we'll trace why people think that Lehi and his party landed in a certain spot uh, in southern United States because of the currents in the ocean. So that's kind of interesting. Um, Also, we're going to talk about astronomy. We're going to make some models and so forth. And throughout the whole course, we're going to be doing some investigative work, particularly with the meteorology, with the weather, because it's really important that people understand the weather and how to predict it if at all possible. Okay? If you're left without any communication from a weatherman, and you're out in the wilds, you need to be able to know what is coming, and you need to be able to understand the signs of weather. And there's a particular book that we recommend to you if you are that interested, that really takes a deep dive into weather and how to understand it. That's a little bit about what we're doing in the session one science course, and we hope that you will join us. Thank you.